Hello friends, welcome to Awdhesh Academy. Today we learn about profit and loss. Now we already know about profit and loss, like we have certain quantities here which is cost price, then we have a quantity selling price, and then we have profit or loss. Now profit is when the selling price is more than the cost price. That is, say you have purchased an item for 100 rupees and then you are selling it at 120. That is, you have made a profit of 20%. So this is, you do not have to remember the formulas, it's just common sense. So profit is selling price minus cost price, and you always calculate profit and profit percent with respect to cost price. So you have cost price here and into 100 will give you profit percent. Similarly, loss is when you purchase an item for a much dearer price than as to what you sell it for. So suppose you sell an item for 90 rupees and you had bought it for 100 rupees, then you have made a loss of 10%. So this loss is calculated as cost price minus selling price upon cost price into 100, and this gives you loss percent. Now another concept here is the concept of marked price. Marked price is written as MP. Now say you had bought a product for 100 rupees and now you have put the tag of say 150 rupees over it. That is, you have marked up the price by 50 rupees, or you can say by 50%. So now you are offering say a discount of 10%. That means over this price you are giving a discount of 10%. So minus 15 on this will give you 135, and this will now become your selling price. So basically marked price MP is equal to, this is your selling price. So selling price plus discount is your marked price, or you can say selling price is marked price minus discount. Like you had calculated profit and loss percent, thus we can also calculate the discount percent, and it is calculated with respect to the marked price only. So this is discount upon marked price into 100. So these are the basic formulas which you must keep in mind. Now let's solve some questions based on profit and loss. A person allows 10% discount for cash payment from the marked price of a toy and still makes a 10% gain. What is the cost price of the toy which is marked 770? So let's take the marked price as 100. So there is a discount offered for 10%. So that would mean the selling price is 90. Now it is also said that this selling price is after a gain, a profit of 10%. That is, if you take cost price then multiplied by 1.1, that is 110% of the cost price will give you the selling price. Therefore, the cost price will be, this is equal to selling price. Thus cost price is selling price divided by 1.1. So here you get the selling price, that is 90 divided by 1.1. But here we had taken 100, but the marked price is given to us as 770. That is, on this you can multiply everything by the factor 7.7, because this is how you get 770 as a marked price. Thus if you multiply this by 7.7, you will get 693 as a selling price, and if you multiply 7.7 over here, so you get 630 over here. So you can also verify this whole relationship, that is this 10% discount on 770 would mean 770 minus 77. So this gives you 693. Then you have made 10% profit on 630. So 10% of 630 would be 63. So 63 added to 630 gives you 693. So this way you can also verify your answer. So you had to find the value of the cost price, and thus cost price is 630. The cost of manufacturing an article is made up of materials, labor and overheads in the ratio 6:7:2. If the cost of labor is rupees 350, find the profit percent if the article is sold for rupees 900. A 30, B 33.33, C 20% and D 25%. So here we have three costs, that is material, labor and the overheads. Now you have to remember that all such costs of raw material, of labor, whatever goes into production of the material is added into the cost price. Now the ratio is given as 6:7:2 and the value for labor is given as 350. So now we know the multiplication factor, which would be 50. So if you multiply this by 50, you get 100 as the actual price of the overheads. Then if you multiply this by 50, you get 300 as the material cost. So the total cost price would be 300 plus 350 plus 100. So this gives you 750. So this is the total cost price. And now you are given the selling price as 900. So now you can easily find out the profit percent. So profit percent would be the profit, which is selling price minus cost price. So selling price is 900 minus 750 gives you 150, and you always calculate it over cost price. So this gives you 750 here, multiplied by 100. So now you get 1 by 5 into 100, and also remember this fraction, 1 by 5 is 20%. So you make 20% of the profit. A shopkeeper sells two items at the same price. If he sells one of them at a profit of 10% and the other at a loss of 10%, find the percent profit or loss. Now one way to do this problem is take the selling price as 100 and 100 for say two items A and B. Then you know that here say this has made a 10% profit. So the cost price can be calculated as selling price divided by 1.1. And here suppose this has made 10% loss. So you can calculate it by selling price upon 0.9. Thus you can have this as 100 upon 1.1 and 100 upon 0.9. Then you find the cost price, then you find the sum of the selling price, and then you see if you have made profit or loss. But the second method is using a formula directly. Now this is applicable only when you have two selling price as equal. So the first condition is the selling price should be equal, and the percent here, the percent profit and loss should also be equal. Now say the percent profit or loss is X%, then in the overall scenario you make a loss, and that loss is equal to this X square upon 100. So like in this case, you're given that 10% of loss is incurred and 10% of profit on the same selling price. Therefore you get an overall loss of X is 10. So 10 square by 100, which gives you 100 by 100, that is 1%. So overall the shopkeeper makes a loss of 1%. By selling 150 mangoes, a fruit vendor recovers the cost price of 200 mangoes. Find the profit percent. So such questions, when there is no perfect value given for selling price and cost price and such relationship are given, you must follow the same procedure. Now likewise, you can also find questions for dishonest shopkeeper, dishonest milkman. Now suppose you may be given that the milkman buys 1100 milliliters instead of 1 liter, that is he is dishonest while buying, and also while selling he claims it to be 1 liter but only sells 900 ml. So how much profit does he make while giving it in this manner? So this can be done using the same process. So here in this question you have the selling price of 150 mangoes is given as equal to be cost price of 200 mangoes. So say if you take the cost price of 1 mango as 1 rupee, that would mean the cost price of 200 mangoes is rupees 200. Now also selling price of 150 mangoes is rupees 200. Now whenever you are solving a profit and loss question, this unit needs to be same. So if you compare the selling price of 150 mangoes, so you need the cost price of 150 mangoes as well. Either you can take the cost price of 150 mangoes, or you can choose any other unit. Say you find out the selling price of 1 mango, or you can find out the selling price of 200 mangoes, whichever suits you. So here we find out the cost price of 150 mangoes, and this would be rupees 150. Since 1 mango is for 1 rupee, thus 150 mangoes will be for 150 rupees. Thus you compare the overall selling price and cost price, and this gives you profit of 200 minus 150, which is 50, over to cost price, which is 150 multiplied by 100. So this gives you 1 by 3, and remember 1 by 3 fraction is equal to 33.33%. So there is an overall profit of 33.33%. So likewise, more such questions are given in our test and practice question option. So solve them and revise your concepts of profit and loss. And in case you have any problem, then post your query on our forum. So thank you for watching and keep practicing.